Greetings, this is Buckshot with ZergRushGuide.com, and welcome to another edition of our Get into Gold series. If you want to get into Gold League or higher with the Zerg in 1 vs. 1, you're absolutely in the right place. In this series, the team and I give you specific opening builds that you can use to crush your Zerg, Protoss, and Terran opponents in Bronze, Silver, and Gold Leagues. If you want all the videos at any time, you can go to ZergRushGuide.com and subscribe to our newsletter. But stay tuned. You're in for some easy to learn and easy to implement stuff that quite simply is going to get you wins when you start using it. Okay, let's get started. In this edition of our Get into Gold series, we've got a match between myself and another Zerg player. This is a Zerg on Zerg match on Scrap Station, which is a long, actually pretty big 1 vs. 1 map. The distance between the bases is relatively large, and so even though that a common strategy still in Silver and even in Gold League play, and you definitely see it in Bronze League play, is a 6-pool rush, I will actually drop my spawning pool at 10-10, then build my Overlord and go from there. Now, in higher level play, there are 3 primary ways that we found that the Zerg opponent that we face will go. First and foremost, they'll do what we recommend and what you'll see us do in this build, what you'll see me do in this build, which is go Zerglings, upgrade them to Speedlings, upgrade their attack to 1, and go for an early initial rush. There you see me dropping my spawning pool. Shortly after my spawning pool's up, because I do want to be conscious of the Zerg Rush, I highly recommend that you drop at least 1 Spore Crawler and get a couple of Zerglings out, as well as build your Queen. You always want to build your Queen early. This is one of the Zerg Rush laws, and it's very, very important. Okay, so now you can see my opponent has got, we're pretty much even on drones at this point. I have a slight edge because I got my spawning pool out slightly before he did. I'm dropping a Spore Crawler right as his spawning pool is coming about. And very important, after you drop a couple of Spore Crawlers, go ahead and get your Vespian Geyser going for this particular build. Keep cranking drones. I've got a couple of Zerglings here. You see I'm moving a Zergling down the map to take that first watchtower so that I'll see any Zergling rush coming my way. And as you can see, my opponent is doing something very similar. Now, here's a key. Okay, this is a big key. You want to get your Zerglings upgraded, but also what you'll see me do is I'm going to drop another hatchery inside my base. This is here, and here we go. We've dropped the hatchery inside my base. I'm not expanding outside my base. I'm going to press with what I've got right here in my base. I'm going to maximize my mineral production here, and I'm going to try and outproduce them for an early initial rush. Now, here's one reason why I do this. Zerg players will oftentimes, if they're going for roaches or mutalisks, they're going to invest a lot of money into that tech tree. Roaches take a long time to come across the map, so with my Speedlings, I'll be able to harass his base and drive any forces attacking my base back to his base to protect it. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, in this case, the opposing player is not going to go roaches, but that's one reason why I think that Speedlings are very, very important. If the opposing player is going Mutalisks, which I predict is what this opponent was trying to do, well, you'll see how this strategy just stops that absolutely cold. Because about the time that the player's spire is coming up, if you're implementing this, 1 second here too, you also see that I've dropped a Spine Crawler. Or a Spore Crawler, which will guard against air and also see any threat. Now, I'm moving my Zerglings, my Speedlings out. Very, very soon, they're going to be upgraded to, their attack will be upgraded. And I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to pause right here and talk a little strategery. I've got both my waypoints of both hatcheries set right outside of his expansion, and I've also got my Spore Crawler up guarding against any potential Mutalisks. If the match went further, you would see me build more of these Spore Crawlers to protect against the threat. Now I'm attacking the expansion, and I'm going to see what he's got, because if he's got enough forces to attack these Zerglings, you would expect for them to come out. He doesn't, so I'm going to keep cranking Zerglings. I'm going to go into the base, and now at this point I know I have an advantage because he only has 1 hatchery. I'm going to town on his Queen, and he's got 2 Vespian harvesters going to my 1 Vespian harvester going. So even though he has an advantage in drones, 6 of those drones of his are going towards Vespian gas, which really isn't going to do him a whole lot of good with what he's got. So we're really more even than it would look in terms of drones, because I've only got 1 harvester. The rest of my drones are devoted towards minerals, and I'm going to keep cranking out zerglings because I've got the advantage. Again, because he only has 1 hatchery up. This is the advantage of getting your hatchery up quick against a Zerg player. And as you can see, his spire is just coming up. So as I said before, he was going all muta, which is a common strategy, and this stops it absolutely cold once you get a decent amount of zerglings produced. And now you can just keep cranking. You can keep cranking them. You have the economic advantage. And as you can see here, his drones are doing nothing. My drones are harvesting minerals. So this is really just a case of suffocating the opponent economically until you win. So this is one strategy that I found to be very, very effective against Zerg. We're going to be covering strategies against Terran and strategies against Protoss, and additional strategies which you can use against, and there's the good game for my opponent, additional strategies which you can use, and his spire just got out too little too late. This stuff works, so use this, right? Build 1 hatchery, try 2 hatcheries, build 1 extractor inside your base, and get your zerglings in there quick before the spire can actually come up. Okay, so stay tuned for more strategies against Zerg, Terran, and Protoss to get you into gold. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to post them to the video. I do reply and respond to comments, so please do that. And if you want to get all of the videos, go to www.zergrushguide.com. We've got a great free newsletter for you, which is jam-packed full of information that is going to get you wins and let you dominate your division. This is Sir Buckshot with Zerg Rush Guide, and I'll see you next time.